Yeah, I think, we're getting back to our hockey schedule. Looking forward to it. Maine is they're playing very well. I think they're 7-2-1 in the last 10, if I'm not mistaken. So they play really hard. They're structured. They're very well coached. So we have to make sure we're ready. We obviously came off a huge win against Cornell in a great game on Saturday. We battled back and found a way to win in the end. Cornell was a tough test. They were a really good team. And, we expect much of the same this weekend for Maine. We certainly don't want to overlook Maine. They're a really good team, and they're coming in playing really good hockey right now. So we got to be ready for it.
Great. We'll open up to questions. Rich, go ahead.
Unmute. There we go. Hey, Coach. I was just looking at the schedule, and I noticed that you had no back-to-back losses this season. So my question is, how has your team been able to rebound so quickly after a loss? And part two is, how have you been able to avoid that 1-5-1 stretch that hit teams in January often?
I think our guys we have a resilient group. We have a little bit of an older team. So after we don't play well, they understand that they own it. They take ownership of it, and they want to respond. And they've done that all year long. So we want to continue that. Hopefully, we don't have to lose, and we don't have to worry about bouncing back. But our guys, I give credit to the leadership group. They understand it. They own it, and they want to make sure they make up for a tough game.
Belle, go ahead.
In terms of not overlooking Maine, obviously ended last season, maybe overlooking them. So what do you think has changed in the group to have you guys go in here and play up instead of down?
I think our group it doesn't matter who we're playing. I think we try to go into every game with the same mindset, playing our game. It doesn't matter who we play. I think we've kind of had that mindset since day one. We really don't try to compare anything to last year. This is a new season. We can't worry about what happened last year. We're worried about what's in front of us, and I think this group is very good with that. Just like I just talked about, not losing back to back. Our guys put what happened in the past and get ready for the next game, and that's what's going to happen again. Tomorrow. Hopefully our guys are ready to forget about what happened against Cornell. It was a huge win, but now we're on to Maine, and we got to be ready.
Rick, go ahead.
The power penalty kill has been really strong lately. The power play has struggled a bit. I guess it's about 3 for the last 20. What have you been working on to try to improve that?
Yeah, that's one area of our game. There's no question about it that has to get better. I think for us, we just have to get more direct. Like we've talked about here for a little bit, but we have to have more of a shot mindset. I think we try to look for the best play instead of just getting pucks to the net and recovering pucks and making plays from there. I think that's been a little bit of our issue. So yeah, I think we've worked on it this week, just getting more pucks to the net, recovering pucks, and so far this week has looked pretty good. But tomorrow's a different story. We got to make sure we're
ready. John, go ahead.
Coach John Schultz from Maine Radio. When you scout this year's Black Bear team, what do you see that impresses you, if anything?
Yeah, no, I've actually been really impressed with them. Just that they play with a lot of structure and they compete really hard. I think that those are two things that stand out to me. I think that they're really good in the forecheck. They're hard to play against. Those are the things that stand out, and their goaltending's been very good. So they block a lot of shots. They do a lot of little things well. So I've been really impressed with their game.
I'll go back to Belle.
Caroline this time, I apologize. Dom Fensori, Lane Hudson, and Matt Brown all nominated for the Hobie Baker Award today. Can you comment on just what you've seen from them in terms of leadership and just their development on the ice this season?
Yeah, I mean, all three of them are certainly deserving. Dom's our captain. His leadership's been, it's been incredible this year. He's the guy that leads our group from his play on the ice. He controls the game both offensively and defensively, plays a ton of minutes for us, produces for us, scores big goals for us. He does a bit of everything for us. So he's certainly deserving of it. Lane Hudson, I think clearly he drives offense for us. I think he's got 4 or 5 game-winning goals. He's getting better defensively. I think he's probably right up there with in the country for points for a defenseman. Certainly as a freshman. He's been awesome. Competitive kid who wants to win. Matt Brown, he's been arguably the best forward from day one. Even in training camp, you could see it. He came in the season prepared, got himself in the best shape possible. He's done a bit of everything for us as well. I think he probably averages the most minutes for our forwards, or he's right up there, 1, 2. So we were relying on him a lot to produce offense, and he's done that. So all 3 of them are deserving. I'm happy for all of them.
Gracie, go ahead.
Any updates on Jamie Armstrong or Ethan Phillips?
Yeah. Jamie, neither will be available this weekend. Jamie, I think, got on the ice for the first time today, but still not ready, hasn't practiced. Hopefully we can get him into practice next week. Ethan Phillips still has not been on the ice, so we're probably looking at least a week or 2 out for him. So he's probably more week to week. Armstrong's probably more day to day.
Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. It's been 4 games since you guys got Lane back from the World Juniors. What is the biggest improvement that you've seen in his game so far?
I don't know if I've seen. I think improvement for him since the start of the season for us has been his defensive game, his gaps, his closing in the D zone, ending plays quicker, transitioning. I think the offensive stuff is always going to be there for him. I think everyone sees when you watch us play or watch him play, he's going to make high end plays. He does it all the time on a regular basis. But I think his play away from the puck has gotten a lot better. We were fortunate only to miss him for 1 game. We only missed him for the Harvard game, so we didn't miss a lot of them. And I think too for him, he certainly gets a lot of ice time for us. I don't think he got as much ice time during the World Juniors, so I think he's happy to be back and getting plenty of ice time and contributing for us like he has all year.
I'll go back to John.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, not about this weekend specifically, but over the history of Maine and BU, there have been some amazing games, and you were a part of a lot of them as a player. Any memories when you think back on the Maine BU rivalry that has actually been a really, really good one?
Yeah, it was a huge rivalry for us when I was at BU. We beat them in the national championship in '95. We had some great matchups with them. Paul Career was a freshman when I was a freshman, so he was still the best college hockey player that I've seen. That team they had that year was incredible. I think we ended up beating them. I don't know if it was their only loss up at Maine. I think we came back and beat them late. So that was huge. It was for me, it was probably our biggest rival when I was here.